Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome Spirit Whisperer Mark. Hi, Mark. How are
Hi
you?
guys, hi everybody.
Happy Saturday. It's the last Saturday of March, and it just seems like the whole month has gone so quickly. But I couldn't wait until I had my Saturday with Mark only, and I love our time together. And uh, you never know what's going to come up. That's so exciting for me. So
Whoops.
I see Debbie Price is here. Hi, Debbie. Nice to see you. And Kai Buck. Nice to see you. Beth Berg. Nice to see you. How is everybody doing? Dora Romero is here. Hi, Dora. Nice to see you. And Dora is on the phone, the vertical layout. And she'll tell me that we're having our members meeting right after this show, Mark. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'll find out from Dora how she likes the vertical. I see a lot of people on the vertical. Do you do that when you set up your shows yet, Mark?
No, no, I don't usually. That's for like if you're on the phone, right? I think.
Yes. A mobile device. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't done it. It started, but at first it was confusing, so I didn't do it.
Exactly. I agree. And not only that, it does split the chat, I have to say. So not everybody on one will see the other, but I do try and put the chat up in the hi Orica, nice to see you. I do put the chat up on the screen as much as possible as well, just so everybody can see what's going on. Um, yeah, so and Beth Berg is here. Aditi is here. Phoebe Combs is Phoebe Combs is here. Aw, she's saying hi, Mark. She's your friend.
Hello.
Lois T is here. Annie Gifts. Wiki is here. Violet Strange. Look at your icon. You're very artistic. I love that. Mar Dominguez is here. So nice to see everybody. So, just so you know, we are doing readings as usual. The questions will be chosen at random. If I call your name, what I will do is I'll choose a question or a request, and then I'll let you know who's next. And if you could just let me know that you're here, that would be helpful. Just say hello when your name is called. That'd be great. Sherry Luke is here. Nice to see you, Sherry. I hope you come to the members only this afternoon. Brina is here. Wow. It's a wonderful Saturday, and I love having everybody together. I know that everybody works hard during the week and they don't always get a chance to jump on to the live shows during the week. So, mhm.
A little sprinkle. That's
Do
a
you
cute.
follow astrology at all, Mark?
A little bit. Like I know that I'm a Libra.
Okay.
A lot of times, like I'll watch an astrologer, and I enjoy it, but I don't. In just my experience, I don't necessarily see it translate into real time events. They'll go on and on and on, but then I go, okay, but I don't know if that we're going to. Like, I just watched somebody do an astrology last night on the Oompa Loompa president, you know, for his year. And then the whole thing, I went, okay, well, that all sounds good, but I don't usually ever see it actually come into reality when I
Oh,
watch it. That's my feeling. I'm not saying that it's not true and it doesn't, those things aren't real, but I don't know. I don't, you know, oh, this is really bad this week, but then nothing happens. So I go, okay, well, I
it's
just,
very similar to the weather, Mark. It's
huh?
a forecast,
Yeah.
and what they base it on is when those alignments were in the sky previously in history. And sort of like when, Saturn or Uranus comes around, like every 20 years or every 17 years or every 8 years, whatever it is, they can see those things repeatedly. And the more they come around, the more often the cycle comes around, the more predictable it is. So the internal, I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell you later. I
Well,
can,
I understand all that, but I don't really see it. I mean, I get it. I understand it. I hear it. But when they're reading on a particular person, I don't really ever see that actually
I know.
transpired. I mean, it might have with someone somewhere, but I'm assuming. And I really, really, I always watch it with, I'm so excited and I really want to believe it. But then in the end, I kind of go, hmm. And I've had a few, readings and charts done for me. And even though there's aspects that really seem like me, but when we get right down to specifics, it just doesn't ever seem to make a difference. That's my opinion. You know. So after I got the last one, I thought I'm not going to do those anymore because I don't get anything from it. So anyway.
Mhm. Mhm. Well,
And
I
then I watched one
understand.
last
I
night. So
understand. It's not for everybody,
yeah,
especially when you have connections. So Arica is here and she's asking for a reading. And after Arica is Mar Dominguez. And Arica is coming to us from um, Facebook, and I just want to thank her for coming in from Facebook. That was really sweet of you. Lava Lamp Vibes. What a cute name. I love that name. And she just wants a general reading, like an energy reading. Is that okay with you, Mark?
sure.
Carolyn Loving Life. Nice to see you. She's listening. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll just pull some cards for
And do
Erica.
you want to go first, or would you prefer I go first?
Usually you're better at going first
Okay.
because you don't always use cards, so you just kind of go.
No. Mm-mm. So I do feel, Arica, I do feel you are more stressed out than usual, which is not a far of reach because a lot of us are. But um, I do feel you're questioning your ability to be ready, or your readiness, or your preparedness. You're questioning your preparedness. I do feel that you have others that you are responsible for. And this is first and foremost on your mind. And what they're telling me is it's important for you to nurture and prepare your own self, your own soul, your own energy. And by doing that, by extension, you'll be helping those around you. You'll be calmer, you'll be clearer, you'll be more sensitive to the energies and the messages that are around you. So you're wondering, do I do this for that person and do I do that for this person? Or and you're sort of spreading yourself a little thin. And I understand that if you're working full time and have a family or responsibilities. But first and foremost, it's important for you to take that time for yourself, uh, gain the balance and the peace of mind for yourself, and be comfortable with the way that you feel, and connect and trust. And this, by extension, will help those around you. So make sure you don't uh, forget yourself when you're helping others. Make sure you put yourself first. And that's what they want to tell you. How about you, Mark?
Um, But I didn't really ask anything specific, so I'm just saying, is there anything you want to tell me or share with Erica? So it's kind of talking about. So I'm going to interpret it in that direction. It's talking about that recently or up till now, we're at this turning point a little bit, but you have maybe been feeling a little under the weather, a little tired, or not as motivated, maybe, as you might usually be. But it's saying that period or that energy is lifting. So that this card is the four. It's usually the four of swords, but in this one it's mixed with cups. So it's time to, and it's upside down. So it's saying that we're coming to an end of this and we're ready to get up and get moving again. Coming out of that, we're getting emotionally recentered to get up and get busy again. So it's also talking about, and I think that's something we're all kind of going through, that there's this kind of new way, this old way of doing things that on some level we're saying goodbye to, and you are too, and kind of shedding these old attachments so that we can move forward in the sun and in the light, um, with renewed strength. So I think again they're trying to explain why we might have been feeling a little off or something. So this card, it's the death mixed with the sun, but it's upside down. So again, it's talking about something that you've been going through, but we're at the end of it. So if I turn it right side up, we're ready to get on the horse and move forward in the sun. This death is talking about that old way of doing things, not only for us as individuals and you, Erica, but as humans, as humanity, kind of a thing. And it's been a time to release energy or attachments that don't serve you. So they want to kind of pat you on the back for that and say, yay, good. Let go things that you realize don't serve you. And, I'm kind of getting that sometimes when we're a kid, things might not always be hunky dory growing up. And we've had some wounds or some injuries. And then you can go along feeling like a victim of your childhood or something. But eventually you get to the point where you have to let that go and just move forward as a victor by being a survivor and a liver and a doer and a beer and put some of that down. So I'm getting that you've been doing that, letting go old wounds so that you can move forward. Now that's the burden card, and like these are the kind of that stab you right in the back. So that's picking up that old childhood. But again, all three of these cards came out upside down. So it's talking about stuff we've been doing. Now, where are we moving to? We're moving to a much more balanced sense of justice where we combine with, when this lion to me talks about, nature, but also like goddess, Mother Earth. So it's like combining with source and moving forward. This is the Knight of Wands, which is spirit. So getting a stronger hold on your spiritual aspect and ready to charge forward with it. So bottom line is we've been working kind of hard on preparing to move forward, and now it's time to do so. That's what I'm hearing.
I agree. And she said, yes, that's great. I've been stressed, but have to do what needs to be done going forward. I've been purging and clearing out myself. Love the reading from both of you. Yes, let go of old mindsets. I'm single and happy for the most part. Yes, working hard. Okay, very good. Thank you for the feedback, Arca.
I like
And
that
thank you.
too. Yep.
Mhm.
And that house cleaning or that purging and cleaning is really a great tool. And that's what some of this was talking about, getting rid of that old energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, love it.
It's symbolic, allows us to move the energy in a symbolic way. It's almost like a ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
And you
So
can
thank
actually
you very much.
feel that you
Or-
lift a little after you do that.
yes. Oh, absolutely. You can feel the difference in the energy. All right. So Mar Dominguez is next here. And after Mar Dominguez is Lava Lamp Vibes. So Lava Lamp, just say hello. And Mar says, can you tell me what's coming up for me in April? So I'll do the best. I'm not as much of a predictive, but I'll just read your energies as of now. Um, I do feel as though you may be moving on from something that you were trying, not trying, but you were like holding on to something that you were hoping would uh last, and it's not lasting. So you need to let go of it. Um Whatever that is. So let's say you took up knitting or something like that, and you want to get really good at knitting and you want to continue doing knitting and you want to knit for the next 20 years. And you're having trouble, getting the hang of it, but you keep putting more effort and more effort and more effort, where really painting is your thing, but you were trying. And I'm not talking about knitting, I'm not talking about painting, I'm talking about putting your energy towards one thing. And like it's almost like wanting to do it and thinking, romanticizing about it, like this would be great if I could do this, or whatever that thing is for you. I feel like you're going to finally say, you know what, this is not working for me. It's time for me to let that go, and time for me to focus on what is in my highest good. And it's almost like a realization of the energy and uh, the energy balance, the give and take, um, and realizing that you're just not getting that much uh, out of that energy that you're putting into. And whatever that is, I do feel like you're going to be walking away from this. Um, I do feel that you may go through a little bit of a sorrow or a lack of inspiration for a short time, but I do see that only being for a short time. It's you may even second guess, like, why did I let that go? Now I don't have anything to focus on, but you do. And it's about going through the motions. It's about letting that process follow through, letting that process play out, and being centered and strong within your own soul in order for that to move through. It takes courage, it takes bravery. However, it is very much rewarded once you get to the place of, I understand that that energy was never for me and it was really draining me, and I feel so much better now. But there is a time where you're going to say, "Oh, should I have let that go?" There is a time of uncertainty, I guess you would say. But I do see that things are will come, they'll be like revealed for you after doing this, whatever this is. But I feel like you do know what it is, Mar. So, how about you, Mark?
Uh, 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 let's see here. Mar Dominguez, Mar, the sea. Um, well, the first thing I'm getting is it's kind of like a little reminder. It's probably for all of us, but for you too, that always remember, it's a reminder to keep your focus as much as possible on what you want rather than what you don't want. So let's say that you're in a job and it's not as fulfilling as it might be. It doesn't mean that it's horrible or anything, but you wouldn't mind to have something different. So keep your focus on, um, like, for example, a job that lifts you up and, you know, serves you in a more full way or something like that. You know, keep your focus on something greater and don't, instead of, oh, this is not serving me, or, try not to just get stuck in that energy. So they want to remind you to keep focus on the glass half full. Also, it looks like we just looked at April. It's kind of a time in which you might like kind of confront or face a fear, an old fear that you have. Um, that could be anything, but kind of, I'm tired of feeling pulled down by this. So I'm going to just stand up to it, or whatever it is, or I'm going to make a choice that I approach things in a more, positive way. And so I'm going to face the fear of not being able to do that, something like that. But really taking new steps to conquer things that try to hold you back, which, of course, we all have. Um, there's a little bit of stagnation, or we could move forward, but I'm just sort of la la la. We're just gonna drink and have some water, and we're gonna rest. We're not gonna keep the chariot moving. Let's stop for a while. It's not that you're miserable or anything, but you're kind of craving a jump forward a little bit. So, what I'm going to suggest is that Spirit is saying, don't forget that you are a spiritual being, and work with your spiritual aspect as a partner. Even if it's my invisible partner, a spirit guide. And that, as you approach life and you approach the day, that helps you to see a cup half full as well. You're moving through life with your spiritual partner. And I think that will really help, just to more consciously choose that, right? So that you move from this kind of, what am I going to do next? I don't know, into, we're off. The Knight of Wands. And the reason I wanted to harp on Spirit a little bit, he's got the spirit stick. He's got his hand firmly on his spirit, because wands are spirit, his spiritual aspect. It's inspirational too. Inspiration comes through spirit, through the third eye. And so it's like acting on divine inspiration, or inspiration that gets you up and going. It speaks to you personally. And again, that's what they're talking about. We want to speak to your soul, your individuality. We're all related because we all come from the same energy, but we're also individual aspects of it. We have the ability to express our spirituality in a very unique manner. So that's what it's trying to encourage you. And I feel like you've been sort of looking for something like that, so it's saying, time to go. I hope that made sense, sweetie.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Mar Dominguez. Thank you very much. Very much. So you're welcome, Mar. So next is Lava Lamps Vibes. And after Lava Lamps Vibes is Intuitive Creator. And Lava Lamp says, I'm flying from Denver to Phoenix April 1st through the 4th for a wedding. Will it be safe to fly, or should I reconsider?
Flying on April Fool's Day.
I'm going to use my pendulum. Do you mind? I'm going to put myself in the hot seat so that she can see.
Go.
Oh. Just so I'm going to use my pendulum here. So the lava lamp vibes, lava lamp, I'm going to call you. So lava lamp is flying from Denver to Phoenix. Will this travel to and from Phoenix be in lava lamp's highest good? Yes. Will there be any delays? Um, oh, it's saying no. I thought there would be. It's saying around a little delays. Will there be any trouble or any drama during the flight? Not as much. You may witness, but you will not be in it. Will there be long waiting lines? I do see long waiting lines. Will will lava lamp uh, be safely travel from her home to the destination and back home again? Will she and her family be safe traveling? Yes, I do see lots of safety. I do see a little bit of delays, and I do see a little bit of you may witness people not being treated like they'll have to wait longer. Somebody might be saying, I don't know what it is, but you may have to witness something that isn't fair and good for all. So that's what I
Yeah,
have. But
right.
ultimately, it's up to you, Lava Lamp. How about you, Mr. Mark?
Yeah. Well, just in my gut right away when just read the question, it feels like yeah, everything's fine. So let's say that, just like a real good, strong, everything's fine. Then I just want to pull a couple cards in relation to the trip. So first card I get is the trip card. Came in. Here we go. We're taking a little voyage to get to the other side. You know, a lot of times you say a voyage to calmer waters. So this, just because this is kind of the travel card, and then I asked for it, it's like you're going to be fine. It's a good trip. And then you come right back home. This to me, it would be representing home. You come back to where you started. Everything's fine. And then you get the Wheel of Fortune. It's round trip. It, you go there and back. Everything's fine. Yep. And back home. Yeah, that's just that safe and sound there and back home. That's what I get. It's like and you enjoy it, right? At the wedding. So yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
get any
she's
kind of ooh or anything like that. Now,
no.
that doesn't mean there might be a little delay or something, but that doesn't really have anything to do with you and personally. That would be more airports and things.
Hmm. Yeah, thanks for asking, Lava Lamp Sandy. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have Intuitive Creator, and after Intuitive Creator is Kenneth Tao. Toe. Tao. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Kenneth, you'll be after Intuitive Creator. All right. So Intuitive Creator, I love her icon and your picture. I love those face painters. And I want to know where you were going to get that. So
Look
very
like
creative. And she said,
Mardi,
"Is there a? Do
is
you
it
see it?
Mardi Gras maybe? Just because the
Oh,
purple and greenish kind of reminds me, but I don't know. It might not be, but it's cool. I love
oh, it could be Mardi Gras." So she says, "Is there any way to gift your spirit guides? Because I feel like it's a thankless job they're doing for me." I thought this was really interesting.
it. Yeah. Faith Hayes, her birthday is on April Fool. April Fool, you weren't born. Okay, sorry. I was scrolling down. All of a sudden, I'm reading comments. Okay, so well, go ahead, Gene. There I was jumping, and you go first. So
I'm going to ask them. Well, first of all, they tell me that the best thing you can do for them is follow the nudges and to trust yourself. They don't want you to trust them, they want you to trust yourself because it's a team effort. It's not, they're not doing it alone, you're doing it. You need to take the action in order for things to work out properly. Um, they're also saying patience is a virtue. Um, trust, patience. Uh, also, they're saying doing things your own way, like putting your own spin on it. Um, and that's part of like you taking ownership of the nudges. Oh, they want you to be you. They want you to be you. They want you to be all of you, like authenticity, and be who you are and express who you are through their guidance. That's their guidance is so that you can bring out the most of who you are and to live authentically and honestly and with that trust of knowing that you're guided. Um, and so when they were saying to put your own spin on it, they're saying you are individual, you are the creator. They're helping to guide you on your journey. They're not asking you to live their journey. They're helping to guide you on your journey. You already know. You and your spirit guides conferred before you came into this world as to what you would like to accomplish in this incarnation. And they're helping so that you stay on that, and they're saying the best that you can do is do what is brings you joy and be your authentic self. They are saying patience, because they're saying in humanity, human terms, we want everything to happen now. They're telling me that the reason why we want everything to happen now is because when we're on the other side, things do happen immediately. Things do happen instantaneously. But here we have to be, yeah, they ask us to be patient because it takes a while for things to manifest. But the more authentic and the more in the flow we can be, that the and the less judgmental, it really does help to bring it forward. So that's what they say. It's about them helping you, but not living. They don't want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to do what you decided to do before you came in. And the best way, that's what I got. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that was interesting.
Yep.
Wonder what
Uh,
Mark's been.
yep. Well, pretty much the same. Um, the biggest thing you can do for them in return is to, consciously participate with them, you know, on the daily. Like, so, listening, interacting, consciously choosing it, so that means you're about it. You're a willing participant. And then, like what Jean was saying about, they will guide you and then you'll follow through in the way only you know how. But so they want you to follow through. They don't want you to give up yourself. And then the more that you just acknowledge them, thank you, Spirit, for being with me today. They like to be acknowledged. They like for you to act as if they're right there. They know it's challenging because we're in different dimensions and you can't really see them. They also have that patience. And by that, I mean what they've told me over and over and over and over when I do manifestation work is that what slows it down and stops it and makes it creep is when we get distracted with negative thinking. So, and that's easy to do. So it kind of come creeping in to thwart you or to sabotage. It's because it's old crap that says, well, it's more logical to think you can't have what you want. It'll try to screw it. And so as long as you're listening or contemplating or in that, you kind of stop the progression. It'll go back, it'll keep going, but you have to sort of go, get that off my back and then move forward again, So that's that patience thing and just understanding. So the other thing I want to say, and I'm going to shut up, what they want from you is for you to be walking the walk, talking the talk, and just doing the best you're able without criticizing everything you do. So trust that as long as you're doing the best you're able, Spirit is having a party on your behalf. Because if it were easy, we wouldn't even have to be, it, it would all be fixed. You know what I mean? Because there's this big veil of forgetfulness, and it's that dark ego kind of thought energy that has been building and building and building. So you have to kind of burrow through it and let it go and get beyond it. And so that's why you want to work with Spirit, because Spirit knows that's not true, and it will immediately work to convince you of that and show that to you. Anyway, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And look who's here. Gerald from Tarot Stash. Hi, Gerald. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. So nice to see you. Intuitive Creator says thank you. That's resonates spot on. And she did say back up here, she said she's a face painter.
Yep.
So,
I saw that. I know, so cute.
I know. Good for you. Yeah, here she is. She says, I'm a traveling artist and face paint as well. Interesting.
Cool.
Very interesting. I love your energy. Yeah.
That's a great name.
Kenneth is next, and after Kenneth, I see A Wandering Dream. So, A Wandering Dream, please say hello. And here's Kenneth. Oh, sorry, Mark, I forgot to take you out of the hot seat.
No problem.
And Kenneth says, may I have a message from my wife, Joanne, or spirit guide regarding my love life?
It's No King's Day. I almost forgot.
Yeah, everybody's popping that in. Hi, Mary Kay.
I thought about it all last night, but then this morning I forgot it. It wasn't in my mind. Okay.
Let me see if we can bring in Joanne.
So a message from my late wife, Joanne. My love wife, thanks. And this is Kenneth.
So, right away she's saying, and then he wants to know, should I go further into a relationship with Lena? Yeah. So what Joanne is saying is that she loves you, and she loves you so much that she wants you to be happy most of all. And she's saying to take this step forward, that there's no telling what tomorrow will bring. Some things are not written in stone. It's about, especially when it comes to a relationship where there's two people involved. And it's about, and even in a marriage, even if you promise to love somebody for the rest of your life, you can only promise, today. Well, you can promise, but you can only do what you do your best today. And it's each and every day that you decide to contribute and to support the relationship. And she's saying that this is a day-to-day process. She's saying to listen to your own heart, your own instincts. And she's saying, if you don't try, you'll never know. She said it's important to give it a chance. If you find that you enjoy each other's company, to go ahead and take the next step. And she's saying, just take it one day at a time. She said that you will know what to do. I see. Yeah, the children. She's saying it's still okay to take the next step. She said you've had a long time to decide, not to decide, but you've been wanting to create a family and to create a relationship that you can share with everybody. And she said, you deserve this happiness. She does. She wants you to go ahead and take that step forward. And she said, there are no promises. There are no guarantees for the future. Each and every day depends on how much each of you put into the relationship. And if you are happy now and you enjoy each other's company, just take that one day at a time. But she's saying it is and you will know if and it's okay if it doesn't work out, she says. It's okay if you take the next step and even the next step and even the next step. And she's saying that your heart is tender and you don't want to be hurt. She's saying, but you'll never know unless you try. That's what she's saying. Kenneth, that's what I got. So how about you, Mark?
I think she thinks it's a good match. Uh, like the first card I pulled out was the Lover's card. So she approves of the matching. She don't want you to do it alone. I feel like you're too young or something. She wants you to have another relationship. Um, she actually likes this person, so she feels like she brings stuff to the table. Um, she has her own, energy to bring, and she likes it. Your wife on the other side, and that she's all about you, pursuing it. Now, she says the most important point right now is that you two connect. And don't worry so much about children's connection like that or something. There's something about the children. I think you have little younger kids, I think. I feel like I read for you a long time ago or something. Because I remember this beautiful picture. But anyway, um, she goes, that kind of takes a little more time, and it's more important, like how you two are getting along for you to proceed. And those other things, like the children relationship, takes a little bit more time. um, but that will, that's different. Um, she won't replace me like as mother. She'll be a good stepmother. Like, she didn't kind of want to use that word, but a good surrogate, like, or something. But, mom, and then there's this one. So in a way, they end up having two moms. So she has to kind of create her own relationship with them. And that takes a little bit more time. Um, but you'll do better with a partner. It's almost, it'll be easier and better for you. So, as long as that's suiting you, that's the way to go. And don't worry too much. I'm not sure about the boys. The boy, they need a little bit more time with it. But she's all about it. Mostly she's about your happiness and the boys' happiness. But I think when she brought us that 9 of, what was that cup? This 9 card, with this woman bringing stuff to the table, like that's good energy that she brings in with her. That, you know, that will be good for the boys as well. But it takes a little bit of time. Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Kenneth. All the best to you. Oof, it's not easy.
No.
That's for sure. Okay, let's move on to a wandering dream is next. And after a wandering dream, I want to just do a little bit more. Wendy Bello will be after wandering. So, Wandering Dream says, hello, happy day. Will I move from my current location into my dream lake cabin in my terms this year? Thank you, and may peace and courage be with us all. That's so sweet, Wandering Dream. I love that. So, she wants to know if she's moving to her dream cabin, and she said in her terms. She wants to know. Lake cabin.
So she wants to know if she'll do it this year. Okay.
And again, I'm going to put myself in the hot seat because I'm going to use my. I just know I have the chat there, so I want to make sure you guys can see this. A wandering dream. Will a wandering dream be moving at all this year? It's saying yes. You're going to be moving. Will a wandering dream? Okay, thank you. Let me wait for it to stop. Will a wandering dream be moving to the lake house, the cabin by the lake? It looks like, yep, you want to. Yep, it looks like good. Something's a little hesitant though. Will she be moving? Will a wandering dream be moving to this lake house by the before the end of 2026? It looks like yes. Looks like you've already decided. And I'm reading energy, so it's your energy. And I don't feel as though obviously you're asking, but you didn't sign any contracts or make any finalizations, but you've decided to pursue this forward. And is this particular lake cabin that Wandering Dream is looking at? Is this the one that they will be moving to? Yes. Yeah. I'm surprised. I it's saying yes to everything. So will a wandering dream move by September 1st of 2026? No. Will see how it's changing? Will a wandering dream move by October 1st of 2026? Wow. October 1st looks really good. Oh my gosh, that's really soon. Wow. How about you, Mark? Let me go ahead and move you over.
Well, I think it's the word terms that's kind of like jumping up at me. I feel like there's a little something else to work out as far as the terms go. So I get the Hierophant first. So that makes me think there's a little bit of a, you know, irritating um, delay. It's not a stop, but it's just annoying kind of. And it seems like, you know, paperwork or something like that. That's the Hierophant. It's some kind of who's ever in charge. And so it's a little bit like, uh-oh. So it feels like it's a stop, but it isn't. It's like a false stop. It's like a pause to refresh, because then in comes the Page of Swords, ready to cut through any kind of blocks, and we're ready to move. We pack up, get in our chariot, and move on. So I'm going to say yes. So if like something seems like it's a little bit of a fear not, this too shall pass. It's not as, so don't get all worried about, you know what I mean? Don't jump into it. Just take it as it comes, choose your outcome, and move forward. There's a
And
lot
they
to
say
work out.
there's a lot to work out, but by my terms, I mean no rush, no
Oh yeah,
facing, not facing homelessness, not losing everything again. I sell this house easily and I find the small cabin on a healthy lake. Yep. Good
there
for
you go.
you.
Yeah, I
Good
like
for
those
you.
terms.
Manifestation. And come back and let us know that you're sitting in your house.
So that might be in the area of you find in the finding the cabin. So it might be like it looks like it. Uh-oh, I might not get it, and then you do, like that kind of a thing. So that you don't know exactly yet where the which cabin. Right.
Yeah. Hi, Sky. Nice to see you. So, after a wandering dream is Wendy Bello, right? So, Wendy Bello is next. And after Wendy Bello is Wanda Grant. So, Wendy Bello says, I checked my security camera the past couple of days. Am I being surveilled? And these, I'm, I'd like to choose these types. I'm choosing this type of question because it's so unknown that it really does help me to stretch and utilize my skills. So, what I want you to know, Wendy Bello, is first of all, trust your gut. You know, I think that, I mean, I know that there was a lot out there with the Savannah Guthrie and the her her mother, um, and then the, being surveilled. So the surveillance may be minimal, typical, and routine, but trust your gut. And I want everybody to trust their instincts and trust their gut. I know that sometimes we think, I must be crazy if I'm thinking this, but you know what? The thought wouldn't have popped into your head if there wasn't some portion of that would be true for you. Um, so is Wendy being surveilled by her camera? No. Is Wendy being surveilled at all? Yes. Is Wendy being surveilled by her mobile apps, like all of her social media? I feel like you're being surveilled more by your social media. Is there any surveillance coming from her security camera? And it's going over to a no. Now, is it possible that anybody could access that security camera in the future? It's unknown. Is her security camera secure? It is. It is secure. Um, is there anybody else in Wendy's neighborhood that may be keeping an eye on her? No. Is Wendy safe in her neighborhood by having the camera watch her comings and goings? Is this security camera safe for Wendy? Yes. I'm getting a yes. So is Wendy being surveilled by somebody listening to her? No. Is Wendy being surveilled by somebody watching what she clicks on? Yep. I don't know if there's like this incognito um search engine that would is not as revealing, and if you sign in with like your Facebook account, then they have more available access to some of your information. I do see that the surveillance part that I'm picking up is more through social media and the internet and what you watch, and the algorithms and things like that. um, I don't see there's any danger with your surveil or your camera, your security camera. That's what I have, and I'm glad. I didn't know what I would get. So, how about you, Mark? It's interesting.
Uh, well, I pulled a
Trying to
couple
move you
cards,
over.
and I feel like you're okay and that you're not really being spied on, not by your security camera. Now, maybe some computer thing or something, or I don't understand all that. But as far as the security camera, I get no. I pulled this card. It's so weird because it looks like there you are in your house, and there's a security camera out here watching you, but you're all kind of safe in here. It's also like these cards are interesting because they mix images. So a lot of times this would be the Four of Cups, and you're not taking that offer, but it's got wands. So I think you're safe in there, and that it's kind of imagined. So there's not anybody, but it might, you might have had that thought, and that's okay. And you might adjust the camera position or something, but I think you're safe in your home and nobody can see you. That's what I get. And then I also got a Wheel of Fortune positive. Everything's okay.
That's really good to know. It's really good to know. Thank you, Wendy, for being here, for asking your question. I thought that was interesting and something a little different. So Wanda Grant is next, and after Wanda Grant, I have T Biles. T Biles, if you're still here, please say hello. So Wanda Grant and then T Biles. All right. So Wanda says, I am a part of an AARP program for seniors. They are getting ready to place me with a part time job. Is this happening for me soon? So I'm going to switch you again just because I'm using my pendulum all the time here.
No problem.
So for Wanda Grant, will she be placed with a part-time job this year in 2026? It's very slow, Wanda. Just so you know, it's very slow. So it may not be as soon as you like. So will Wanda be placed in a part-time job by June 1st of 2026? Will Wanda be placed in a part-time job by May 1st of 2026? I do. Will Wanda be placed in a part-time job by April 15th, 2026? That was a definite no. Will Wanda be placed in a part-time job by April 20th of 2026 around? Will Wanda be placed in a part-time job by May 1st of 2026? I see yes for May 1st, but it's still a little sluggish. Will Wanda be placed in a part-time job um, by May 15th? I feel like there's something that starts and then stops and then starts again. So, um, like like Mark has said, try not to try and go with the flow. Like if you start somewhere and it stops for whatever reason, it's because that wasn't the place for you and that the next place needs you more. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason for these things. Try not to hold on to these as being uh that you're responsible for these things. It's important to go with the flow, especially when there's somebody else trying to place you. Um and they're like, "We'll give it to Wanda. Wanda will take it." And when really nobody really wanted it. You know what I mean? Like if that were to happen. So try not if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I do see you eventually getting something later on in the year or later on. Let me just see. So will this part-time job last a long time? Just this first one, for some reason, the placement isn't a match. So we'll want to get a second part-time job through this. Yes. I feel like it's almost like they give you something else right away. This is very strong. This is very big. It's like long term. Look how fast this is moving. And I wasn't getting that with the first one. So try to take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying it won't work out. I'm saying if it doesn't. Um, keep an open mind. That's what I have. Let me move you over, Mark. I don't know why I can't grab your picture. There you are.
Um, I think they're looking and doing what they said they were going to do. It feels like they are, like they do have you in mind, and they are looking to match you up. I feel like they almost did it, but then said, "Oh, we're going to look a little bit longer." So they were about to call you, but then they went, "Up, oh, hold on a minute." Um, okay, they said they were trying to get. Okay, yeah. So they were getting close, but not quite there. They're still looking to place you. So we'll be getting this Wheel of Fortune on every. I change decks every time, and it keeps coming out. Uh, but they're still finding the right placement. So that means it's a better fit. So it might take a little bit longer, but it's because it's going to fit better when it happens. And then I just get the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, which tells me they are going to find something and they're going to direct you to it. So they're about to hook you up. So I feel like they will. And it's going to be good. You're going to enjoy it. Now, I agree with Jean that, just trust in the flow. You're going to end up where you need to be. So don't worry about it too much. I think they're working on it like they say. I don't think they're trying to, fool you or pull a fast one or anything. They're actually trying to get you something. And I think they will. Yeah. Good.
Yes, you can trust the process, Wanda. Yeah.
I think
And
so too.
that gives you peace of mind. And I like that, Mark, that you thought that they behind the scenes they were going to place her, and then they changed their mind. So you may not have been aware of that, Wanda. Um, and I know that they said in the next couple of weeks. It could be sooner. Give it. You know, I'm only one person, but it's up to free will. So let me know. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, it's sooner than I saw, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, she says, thank you both so much.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome, Wanda. All the best to you. You'll be fabulous no matter where you go, what you do. Show them your light. That's what I feel like saying to you. Oh, somebody loves your crystals, Mark. They love your matching necklace and ring. Mm-hmm.
Big old stones. Drag queen jewelry. There we go.
All right, very good. So I do have T Biles is next. And we may have time for one more. And Beth Berg, if you're still here, just say hello. Okay, T Bile says, can you tell me when my hubby will get his disability social security?
What's his name? His first name, T. Biles. There's Beth Berg. There's tons of questions, going down through the paper, down the page. But I saw somebody ask a question about their new puppy that was barking in the kitchen. His name is Mark. Okay, thank you. That sounds familiar. Anyway, I was going to say about that little puppy that's barking in the kitchen. If you're still here, it feels like the spirit of a dog that was there before. I'm just going to say that because it just jumped at me when I just glanced at that question. Okay. So Mark is his name.
So can I assume that that he'll be approved, or that he'll receive his first check, or that will so I'm just going to say exactly what you meant. Will Mark T. Biles' husband, Mark, get his disability social security? Will he get it at all? Will he ever get it? And I'm getting yes, but it is quite slow. And I just I'm I shouldn't be affected personally, but it's just so infuriating that the people who need help the most have the hardest time. It's just so infuriating. Will Mark ever get his disability social security? Yes, and it's speeding up for sure. Yes. So the ever is yes. Look how fast this is going. For sure, definitely. So will Mark get his disability social security by June 1st of 2026? Doesn't look like it. Will Mark get his disability social security by May 1st of 2026? No. I'm just making sure because I sometimes it says sooner. Is it sooner than May 1st of 2026? No. Okay. Will Mark get his disability social security by July 1st of 2026? I see a little yes, and it's not going in a circle. Will Mark get his disability social security by August 1st of 2026? And that's when it's um, going faster. And what I'm hearing, oh, yep, looks like August you'll be in like Flynn. I do feel like they're going to give you back pay. I do feel like you're going to be like notified that it's coming, or notified that you've been approved, and then notified like you'll get the notifications, but it seems like they're slow walking it. You will get it, and I see by August you will have like the check in hand. Um, that's what That's what I'm feeling, but it's a lot slower. I know you want it like this week and next week, but I don't see it happening that fast. So,
Yep. I
let's
yep.
check.
I get that it's coming. That's for sure. It's pokey, but that's not really anything to do with Mark. It's the government. But like so by that I'm getting, you know, it's going to happen. I don't see that they're going to try to stop it. You know, they're on the path of, yeah, this is approved. We're going to give it to you. So I get the Ace of Wands. Here she comes. She's got it in her hand. She's on the way. She's across a river or two. It's not quite there, but it's on the way. Then I get the Eight of Pentacles. Most all the work is done. This got a little bit more. So that makes me think it's sooner rather than later. So it's hard for me to do timing, but so, you know, with our pendulum's probably a better way to look at that. But I, this, look how much is already done. So they just got a little bit more to do. And then you'll be sitting in the money, so to speak. And I know, you know, I'm tongue in cheek, but you'll be received. This is like, okay, we got it. Here's all the monies around. We're okay. So it is coming. Don't give up hope. I'm going to say sooner than later. So it's getting close. When did you say August?
Yep, but the back pay will be there. Like
Yeah.
if he was approved now and you're still waiting for it to go through, whatever the moment that he was approved, it'll come through.
Yeah.
But I did see it slow. I did see it. Never ever did it say no that you were not getting it. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a lot sooner than that. And you saw in July, it was like really slow, like maybe, I don't know, whatever, maybe something comes in and it's the wrong amount. I don't know what it is, but it will all be fixed and in line and moving as expected by August. But hopefully it's sooner than that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It feels like it's actually on its way to you. So that makes me feel like it's been approved and all that. So now it's just get it to your hands kind of a thing.
Yep. And it's slow as molasses sometimes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh, but yeah, it did irk me a little bit. And usually I don't let my feelings get in the way there, but I did. I get really pissed off. It just is not right.
I know, because
All
it's
right.
so, all that red tape and stuff is so exhausting.
So it was Mary Kay's dog that was barking, and she said, "Was it her old dog, or was it somebody else's dog that the dog is barking at?"
No,
Do
I
you
think
know?
it's your old dog, Mary. That's what
It
I
is
got.
okay.
It felt like your other dog, your previous dog, kind of checking in and checking on the new one. That's what it seemed like. And I feel like little Puppums is aware of it. It's not, I don't get like a human spirit or anything. It feels like doggy. Okay. Anyway, that jumped out at me just as I was scrolling. I went, "Oh, I'll just shout this out to you. I'm sorry."
Yeah, no, it's
I didn't
important,
know if
and
you-
I'm sorry that I mean, when you get a hit and you see it, then it's important to confirm. It
Yep.
was a message that was important for Mary to get today. That's why I
Sometimes
wanted to
the
make
animals
sure.
jump in me and go, me, me.
Mhm. So Beth Berg is here, and I do believe this is going to be the last one for everybody, just so you guys know. And Beth Berg says, "Does my dad, Ken Berg, and my mom, Opal Berg, have a message for me about how I'm handling things with my brother?" Um, I I do feel like um, this is somewhat of a burden for you. I do feel like you have sacrificed a lot. Um, and I do feel like you've had to um, pull things out of a hat to make it work. And your brother's name is Rick. And I do feel like you've been sacrificing and you've been making things work by the skin of your teeth. Like you've been pulling things out of a hat and trying this and trying that. And Beth says yes. And I do feel that they're supporting you. They are supporting you, and they do trust you. Um, and they're trying to let you know that whatever to trust yourself in that you it's not what they would have wanted because they're no longer in the situation. I know it's their you're their daughter and he's their son, but it's you who is here left dealing with it within this space and time. And now it's up to you and your brother, and they want you to do what you feel is going to be best for you in your life and that is going to make you happy. And whatever it is that you feel is going to be best for your brother is what they want. It's not that there's anything outside of that or different than that. It's about trusting yourself. And I feel like you're doing the best you can, and you've done it for so long that you just don't know. I feel as though you're judging yourself. They're saying, don't be so hard on yourself. They're saying that what you decide is, if you decide that's what's best for both of you, then it's between the both of you. They're saying, but they want you to be happy and you to be trusting yourself and not beating yourself up because you've been sacrificing for so long. And if you make this decision for the best thing for both of you, um, that's what they want. They want, what's going to bring each of you happiness, what's going to be best for both of you. And I think that that they don't know anything more or different. And if they did, you would have had that other option or a different choice or something else will come in. You say, okay, this is the choice that I'm making and this is the decision that I made, and if that continues, then you'll know that's the right one. If something else pops up after you've made that decision, consider it. It's about trusting that you'll be guided and led. But they just want you to know that they love you immensely and that they trust you, and they are grateful for your sacrifice. And they're saying that I do feel as though I don't know how to the your sacrifice will not go unnoticed. That you will have just a beautiful energy in response to that. That's what I have. How about you, Mark?
Uh, well, I think they think you're doing great. Um, I think they think your brother's not always the easiest um, energy to be around or work with. Like, I don't know, I kind of get that sometimes he just seems kind of in another world or distracted or hard to reach, kind of sometimes. He's in his own kind of world. But that's always been him. So that's not new. But the fact that you don't have them and you're dealing with it on your own is new. But they think you're doing good, all things considered. He is not, I don't know him, so forgive me. Um, he does things differently, certainly than the rest of your family, but than a lot of people. He has a different way of being. And he's always been a little different. So you get this Page of Pentacles. So that's kind of telling me, like, even when he was little. But see his hair standing up because it's got the upside down guy. What is that called? The Hangman. Lord, my brain just shut off right there in the middle of it. So it's like he's always upside down a little bit. He's always coming from a different perspective. And that isn't super easy to work with. Also, their passing has been harder for him for some reason. Um, and it's taken a little long. He's slower to come around to something new like that. But he is coming around. So, here they give you this Queen of Wands, which is like, she's offering you this flower. It's like mom and dad said, you're doing a good job. Please don't doubt what you're doing. They also give me this kid on a horse riding forward like the sun, but it's called death. But to me, it's talking about since our passing, it's been a little more difficult for him, but he is moving forward and you're helping with that. And there's more success ahead. So like on this, like you're kind of on the horse with him now. And it's it's a celebration or an accomplishment. So I think they think you're doing what you need to do. Sometimes you might feel a little out of your element or like you're having to push it a little more. But they say, yeah, that's the way it is. So I don't know. He might just be a little harder to deal with for some reason. Maybe he's on the spectrum or something like that. I don't know. But they think you're doing great. And they know it's not the easiest thing in the world. But, you've stepped up and they're proud of you, I must say.
Absolutely. And it is you are a huge uh portion of the decision. Make sure that it works for you too.
Yeah.
You can't put your own needs and your own happiness on hold for your brother. So making sure that both of you are happy and that this decision is working for both of you is really important. They do not want you to sacrifice your entire life just for his. That's not what they would have wanted.
Right.
So, but good luck to you. All the best to you, Beth. Trust yourself, and yeah, I that was so beautiful, Mark. The way that he was on that horse and moving forward, and then she was on there with him. I thought that was really beautifully symbolic.
I love the
Um,
cards. Yeah, I know because they'll do that so often. Just it's the pictures too that really sell it for me a lot of the times. This is a weird deck too. Did I tell you about this deck?
no, tell us.
It's called the Shuffle Tarot. And so in this, they combine two cards into one.
Oh,
And so it's cool. It gives you like a deeper meaning a lot of the time. Like, this is justice, but it's blended with strength, um, all mixed together. So, I like it because it gives you a whole different, you know, perspective sometimes. They're fun cards, and there's a lot of them. So
that is cool. I didn't realize it was two entire cards combined, but that is
they
neat.
mix them together. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That would be and how yeah, I it would take me a while to figure it all out, right? You'd have to pay attention, look
But a lot
closer.
of times the pictures to me is what really speaks loudly. So it almost like the picture will just tell me, oh, I can see it. But anyway, it's interesting. They're fun to play with. I love them. But I thought they were going to be too hard, but I really like them. So anyway,
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mark, and thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate all of your questions, all of your support, all of your patience, and thank you to all of the moderators that were here and to the members as well. So, Mark and I will be back again next month. We're looking forward to doing more questions with you, and I will be on a members only show right after this. But Mark has his Ask Me Anything. What is it? What
4 o'clock.
can they ask at four
Anything.
o'clock?
You can ask anything you want. You can do like political or that kind of questions as well. Anything though, really. And because it's usually many more questions than I can do. So we just jump around. It's pretty all over the place. But that's at
Mm.
4 o'clock today on my channel. 4 o'clock
Yep.
Eastern.
Please do go on over and subscribe to Mark. Give him a thumbs up and share the love. We will see you all again really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Love you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos.